Hey y'all, how's it going? Let me know in the comments below. The biggest question I get is about my bench. How did you make it? What are the important things? Stuff like that. The bench is important, but I'm not gonna make a big English jointer's bench and stuff. I'm just starting out. What I did was, to make it, I didn't have space, so I used, see, two half-inch MDF board, half-inch thick MDF boards. They're 2 feet by 4 feet. I laid it on the ground, on the floor, so this face was on the floor. I had a 2 by 6, 8 foot, cut it in half, and I put one flush and offset one about 3/4 of an inch. So the bottom of this one is flush with the 2x4s, and the top of this one is flush with the top. Okay, and what I did was, you can see in there, I doweled in a bunch of 2x4s. It's all doweled, so I could cut through it if I wanted to, but I just did pretty decent spacing, and then I just had a slab by the end of it. Okay. Once I had the slab, I tried different things for the feet. I ended up using these wheels, but they just kept scooting around on me. And the bench was way too short for me. I'm 6 feet tall with narrow shoulders. So, yeah, it just wasn't appropriate. So I ended up lengthening it by another foot maybe. And I arrived at the perfect height. I think, okay, 37.5 inches. Pretty much. That's what's comfortable for me when I'm planing. Most of my work is just dimensioning lumber with that 5.5 plane. So I really want it higher, and that way I don't have to bend down when I'm cutting dovetails so much. So I had the slab, I used screws to attach this, the legs, so the really tall legs, to get this back part, which I wanted to use as the tools I reach for a lot, tool tray. I wonder if I can, is that coming through? I just cut a 2x4 at an angle. I don't know, a pitch of 2 to 8. I don't know, so I just I screwed it in to the back, and from the front, I screwed it in there too. Maybe, yeah, there you can see the hole. Look at this case that my friend's mom made. Absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna do another video just on the case, but it's the most lovely thing. But yeah, so anyway, you can just hook things on top, and everything is really easy to reach into. My ice cream, what did I have? Peanut butter vanilla fudge. So use a peanut butter vanilla fudge to Linty can to hold your marking knives and toothbrushes and center punch and all that. And then my tool collection grew, so yeah, I needed a space to put all this stuff. This is just a 4-foot piece of wood. I clamped on some backing there. It's just simply glued on. Nothing fancy. I just made these quick supports, and you know what? It works great. And I just add stuff. Since I don't have a very nice bench, I can just add stuff. Like my auger bit holder, I just clamp these here. I made this little tray for the glue. Look how, it's not very nice at all, but it works great. When I need, I just drill the holes right where I need. These 4 holes have done me well for about a year now. So I don't know. Sometimes it's like a planing stop. I can fit in this 3/4. if I really need to, but most of the time I just use the same clamp, either here or here, and my vise has a lot of travel, so it comes out to here, so I can fit any kind of board that I need. The vise, I made this, so that's not going to help you out at all. You need a good vise. I would say the only thing to spend money on is a vise. Yeah, I started with this Moxon vise, and it did me well for quite a while. I used Tamar 3x3s. But yeah, it was just a little cumbersome. I couldn't quickly go in and out. It kept racking, and the way I designed this, it doesn't rack, and I can just do dovetails and all kinds of stuff. Other than that, I have, this is really important to me. I use a charcoal air filter thing in front of my air purifier, and that seems to help. I can vacuum this out. I vacuum this thing out a lot. I have my sharpening stones handy and all the stuff I need for sharpening. My vacuum, if you wonder what's behind here, it's my vacuum cleaner, and this is just behind there is just storage for all the books and stuff that we don't have space for in an apartment. Those clamps are new, so I don't have a good spot for them yet, but I can just clamp my saw vise and things to the bench. So yeah, I recommend you just get some MDF. It's flat. Don't put a finish on. As you can see, it'll have its own finish after a little bit of use. So no sense in putting one on to begin with. But spend your money on the vise, not the bench. Oh, the most important thing, look. Here. That's as hard as I can push, and it doesn't move. Do you want to know how? We're gonna have to, I made a little example for you. So as you can see, I have, well, neighbors downstairs. So I put plywood and then foam and then more plywood to cut down on the noise, and this plywood makes it really easy to clean up. Okay? So you'll notice these little blocks in all the corners. Those are for a really good purpose. I screwed blocks just like this onto the 2x4 legs. Okay, so now they have dowels sticking down. Now, those I just drilled, I took a Sharpie and marked the bottoms, kind of stamped it, and then I drilled 2 holes where the dowels go. Okay? So the bench, let me try and show you. I can't really lift it up, I'm not strong enough, but anyway, so those pegs fit in the holes, and when you plane, you can beat on this thing and it will not budge. It will never ever budge. If I wanted it stronger, I could add a X support in the back, which I might do, but I don't notice any loss of energy when planing or hammering or anything. This thing used to run all over the room. I would plane 1 or 2 times and it would run. And with lumber is expensive, making it really, really heavy is not a good solution. You should not just make things heavy to get them to stay put. You need to fix it, attach it somehow. And yeah, that's what I did. I think it's, as if you're an engineer, you will never, almost never just make something heavy to get it to stay put. So I don't get why people spend $1,000 on wood to just make it heavy. Anyway, so new American style workbench, I guess. There you have it. Y'all have a good day.